everything, everywhere, maybe even downstairs. Now, I was kind of thinking I could wing this one, but I thought maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should have to write something down so that I get the points across that I would like to have across. So when I spoke to Peter, he said, could you talk a bit about your career in this? And I think a lot of people have heard about my career by now, might be slightly tired of hearing that. But very briefly, I started in '82 as a banker, trained on the stock exchange during the 80s, in the dealing rooms in the 90s, in the capital markets, and then had a child in '99. And thinking that being an investment banker and having a child doesn't really work, because I was working 16 hours Warburgs, by the way, so before the merger. Hallelujah. And then I realized that I actually lost my thing because I looked at something else I was doing wrong. Can I just find my speech? Hang on 1 second. So sorry about that.
Charlotte, you never need a speech.
I know. First time ever. The first time ever. Just go for it. Just go for it.
So yeah, all the time I worked in the city and in investment banking, I never had any discrimination, and it really never felt that it was a question of being a woman or a man. It was simply a question of, are you good at what you do, or are you not? So if your bottom line works, then you're respected, and it doesn't matter whether you wear a dress or whatever you wear. And for me, that was quite nice. I come from Denmark. In Denmark, we are generally quite equal, I think. Maybe not at the highest levels, I'm realizing. But I couldn't feel that when I was younger. And I moved to London when I was 25, so yeah. Discrimination as a woman was not really something I had experienced at all. Until I then moved to Jersey. Oh, hello, discrimination. And I started sitting on boards in 2007, and that was really where the discrimination came in a much bigger way, and in a very surprising way. It was stuff like, oh, we moved the board meeting to 8:30 in the morning, is that a problem for you and your children? It's like, did the male board members get the email as well? Or was it just me? Actually, it was just me, and I think strangely they were trying to be nice to me, but I felt pissed off. I'm a professional woman, what do you mean there's a problem with my children? Go away. And I didn't really express my dissatisfaction with that email, because I think they were trying to help me and be kind, but it was just quite irritating. Now I'm chairing a FTSE 250 company. I'm aiming to move on to FTSE 100 after, and things are going okay. However, the kind of changes that I want to see at the top with regards to men, women, ethnic minorities, different skill sets are just not happening. And it's kind of tiring. So things have moved on. We do have voting rights, which is good. 1971 in Switzerland. Wow. Right. We do get counted as human beings as well now, which is also a good achievement. But I'm feeling that we still don't have enough equality. And when I speak equality again, it's not just men and women actually, it's equality. For me, I want equality for all. We're just human beings, we're just one race, the human race. And if we can get to a point where we're not splitting each other into men and women and different colors and what have you, that would be really good. And that's what I would like to see. So the men are now noticing that we are moving forward, and that's really exciting, because we're getting all kind of exciting comments coming out from men and stuff. I'm noting them down and using them when I speak, to their great dissatisfaction. But hey, I mean, don't say it then if you don't want to repeat it, right? So the latest one was this one in the last week, which was great. I couldn't believe my ears. Was actually that I won't say the name. There was a male NED, professional NED in Jersey, who said that because he's not a woman or an ethnic minority, he can't get enough board appointments, and therefore he can't pay maintenance to his wife after the divorce. Literally. Okay, can we just get the facts on the table here? 80% of new positions are still given to white men, which you are part of. So what are you so threatened by? What I find really interesting is that they're so threatened by the fact that we are now occupying about 20% of the positions at the top. Hello, we want 50%, right? I mean, so if if you were threatened now, you're going to have a heart attack. So anyway, yeah, I think we need to keep the facts clear. It is still not happening. It's better, but it's still not happening. So how do we fix it? How do we get more equality? I believe that you get the equality at the top and it will feed down. We've been pushing from the bottom for how many hundreds of thousands of years and not really getting anywhere fast enough. So I'm focusing on the top. Let's push all of you into the top layers and all of the other ones out in the streets. Anyone who wants to be at the top, let's get them in there, right? Different people from who's there now. And for different countries, it's different things. So I keep thinking, how can we do this in scale? How can we really make a difference where we get people pushed into the top in scale? So I was looking at the boards and thinking, okay, you're saying that the world is not delivering you these board members that you want that are more diverse. Why is it the world's job to deliver what you need on your board? So I say to them, couldn't you yourself develop these people by reserving a seat at the table for education? And they were like, ooh, that's very dangerous. Oh, we're not sure we can do that actually because of confidentiality. I was like, okay, here's a legal agreement covering confidentiality. Move on, next question. And then they came up with all the reasons why they couldn't do it. And I covered everything. So that in the end there was nothing left that they could say of why they can't do it. So we are now in 6 different countries with this Board Apprentice charity or not-for-profit I launched to do just this. Put people on boards for a year to learn from the board members, kind of people that are not there now. And again, I said it's different. So we go to African countries, it's a different kind. We go to Cayman Island, it's Canadians. We go to Australia, it could be Aboriginals that are not getting access, all different, but same principle. So the 5 countries we're in now are growing very rapidly, and so is the whole scheme, and we all volunteer, so it's quite hard work actually to keep doing. I'm probably spending about 40 hours a week on it. But it's okay, because I like it, it's kind of a hobby, strangely. My children are a bit like, yeah, Board Apprentice. I'm trying to get them enrolled into it as well. They're not really, they're teenagers, they're busy running their own life. So as individuals, what can we actually do? So I was just listening to a TED talk by Charlotte Valeur, just so that I was prepared. Because I haven't read the book. So she was saying, women systematically underestimate themselves and don't negotiate salaries and careers. Men attribute success to themselves, women to other people. So I was like, yeah, well, women are women, right? That's what we are, right? We can't change that fact, that is what we are. And I don't believe that we should be anything else but that. We cannot be something we are not, right? Are we going to ask blind people to see as well? I mean, what's the difference? I'm a woman, I don't want to be anything else but a woman. I've spent enough years in a dealing room trying to be a man, right? Just to survive. But it's kind of funny. So we cannot change ourselves in masses. It's just not possible. We are what we are. Some women can and do, but not everybody. So I think what we need is the women that can work in the current leadership style, which is mostly male, would be trailblazers if you want. If you have those skills, you've got to blaze that trail. But what you've got to do at the same time is you've got to pull people up behind you. You've got to bring them along the road, because not everybody are trailblazers. It's just not possible, right? There are a few number of people that can blaze that trail. Go do it, but bring other people with you. If you don't do that, the trail will close up behind you, and you've done nothing. You achieved nothing. It's like, I love Margaret Thatcher, but that was a bit what she did. She blazed a trail that nobody else had blazed before, but she didn't bring anyone with her, right? So it did nothing for women as such. The biggest scheme of things it did, but not as much as it could have done had she actually pulled people with her, right? In my opinion, it's just my opinion. Right? So I think we still go by outdated ways of living and being. We still hear a lot of discriminating things being said about women and minorities on a very regular basis. I think like the Uber board member, I don't know if you heard that story, and the Tesco chairman are very good examples. They are now costing their companies millions. Great, it's finally happening, right? Go and say something stupid about minorities or women and you get punished. Excellent, that's what we need, right? We need people to vote on their feet. It's the tone from the top. That's what counts, and that's why I focus on the leaders. The tone from the top is key. I mean, another one I've quoted a couple of times, and the guy who said it gets really bothered, but it's so funny. It's basically, I was in a board meeting, and it was a company I'm chairing, and we were doing pictures for the annual report, and one of the board members, male board members, thought it was appropriate to say, "Oh, where are the totties?" Totties? Talk to me about totties. What's a totty? I'm from Denmark. I don't know that expression. What's a totty? Is your daughter a totty? And he's like, "Oh my God, no." It's like, "So who are the totties exactly? Is it my daughter? Is it me? And then who are you talking about?" So yeah, that conversation stopped. So I just think that we need to be aware. Another one, that's one of my pets, is our titles. Why do we as women have to tell the world where we're married or not? Right? I don't want to. Well, actually, I happen to be divorced now, so now I'm just Ms. Okay, so there's MR, Mr., and then there's Miss, Mrs., Ms., X. But it goes on and on. And even if we say, well, what if we just agree one MS for everybody, which I'm telling my daughter to call herself, but what does MS stand for? So MR stands for Mr. What does MS stand for? There isn't anything. There is no neutral title for women. What's that all about? Why are we not objecting to that? Why are we not telling the Equality and Human Rights Commission this is discrimination? It's in our face. It's like, so are you married or not? Do you care? Is it because you want to know if I'm an old spinster or divorced or, what is it? Damaged material? Do you know what I mean? It's just like wrong, but we still go along with it. Why do we still go along with it? It's ridiculous. Anyway, can you all just object to that? Just pick one. What are we? Can we just pick one and tell everybody to do the same? I speak at JCG College, and I was like trying to tell them as well, don't be Miss or Mrs. So just be, but of course they can't because they're teachers, right? Want to be called Miss or Mrs. or whatever. Right? So the whole system is reinforcing this. Women need to disclose whether they're married or not. I just don't get it. Sorry, but that's just me. Maybe that's just me. That's wrong. But I mean, that's some of the things. But it goes on and on. It's one of these things that we just don't think about, right? And I've had a battle not to be called a chairman. I was like, could I call the chair? And they're like, no, it has to. So then they called me chairwoman or chairperson. I had one set of minutes where they called me 3 different things in the same minutes. It was like chairman, chairperson, chairwoman. I was like, how about just chair? And then I tried to impose it on all the boards I'm on. And then one of the guys on the audit committee chairing that, he said, no, I'm chairman of the audit committee. I said, okay, we could also just all be chairwoman, chairwoman of the audit committee, chairwoman of the board, chairwoman. Of course, they didn't find that funny. I find it quite funny myself. I was the only one laughing. Oh well. I do that quite a lot, yeah. So anyway, so we need to speak up. We need to speak up more. This is one of my things. Shout out when you hear these outdated things and discriminating ways of speaking about other human beings. We need a 50-50 balance at the top, and the reason we need that is the leadership stance needs to change. Needs to change to become half male and half female instead of all male, right? Once we have half male, half female leadership styles, then we can all breathe in that space. But when you have to be in the current leadership styles and behave like a man, it's very hard to breathe. I find it difficult at least. So therefore I have to come up with bad jokes instead to give some space around because people tend to move away. And that's okay. That's okay because some of us have to do it, right? To make everybody else come along behind us. So I set up this Board Apprentice that I mentioned, and we put people on boards for it for a year. In Jersey, it's going really, really slowly, which is interesting. In the UK, we've got 3 groups now doing different things, but another 3 coming behind. We're going to set up in America. I mean, it's all going, but Jersey, oh no, we don't want to have that. That's really dangerous. But actually, it's a lot more dangerous for Jersey if they don't do it right. I mean, we need more women on boards badly, otherwise we're going to lose business. I sit on a Norwegian private equity company, and the chairman in Norway for the whole company keeps telling me to get another woman on board. And if anyone can do it, I can, right? For the sake of me, I can't find, actually, if anyone we're looking right now for a female board member who has accountancy background, he has set up an audit committee. So call me if anyone thinks that they will do that, because I will get that woman in this time, cost what cost will, because Norwegian companies, right, they have a law that says 40% women on boards, and they're very uncomfortable with having boards in Jersey that hasn't got that. We can't provide that. What will happen to Norwegian companies? They will not go to Jersey. This company has 1.5 billion euros under management in private equity. It's ridiculous for Jersey to lose that kind of business, but that's what we're doing if we don't get more women that can sit on boards. We only have 4 host boards now. We need more apprentices, more host boards to make sure we make that pool bigger and get it ready so that when the business comes in, we can serve it with properly diversified boards. We can't do that right now. I'm not quite sure why people don't see that. Just we've got 100 listed boards here. By 2020, we'll probably need, well, currently we need 33%. It probably could be more by 2020. It's about 300 positions that we can't fill. Because in listed boards, you can't share board positions, so we can't sit together on any of them, right? So we can maybe fill 50 of them. So it's 250 less. That's about just under £10 million worth of fees leaving Jersey. It's about £1.7 million direct taxes. Wait, what? Are we crazy? Anyway, sorry. I don't know why nobody can see that this is just for the 100 listed boards that we have in Jersey. So anyway, that's not in my speech, actually. So I got to we need to speak out. And all the posters, lessons learned. The first one is speak up, keep speaking up. I've always done it. It might have held me back because some people don't really want me around. But that's okay, because those kind of people I don't want to be around anyway. But more and more so, they find it very difficult to avoid me, and that's good. Because I'm out there. And I will not be quiet. I will not be quiet. Again, if you're a trailblazer, you've got to take that as a gift that's been given to you, and you've got to use it in a way where you bring other people along with you. You've got to understand the value of equality. It's business value, it's value for the country, it's value for our children, it's value for everybody. And then stay a woman, right? Stay being a woman, because that's what brings diversity. If you behave like a man, you're not diversifying anything, right? We are good as we are. We don't need to be any different. If I want to cry when I get angry instead of shout, that's just my way of expressing my emotions. Someone else wants to shout, fine, but that's not what I do. I cry. That's what I do. And if people can't hack that, well, it's tough. You've got to learn and expand your emotional intelligence, right? I have 3 children. I've got 2 sons and a daughter. They are mixed Ghanaian and Danish. One of my sons is autistic. So I want my sons to have the ability to spend time with their children, my grandchildren, whilst they still have a thriving career. Currently they can't do that because that would be very unnatural for a man to do. I want my daughter to have the ability to have an equal career to my sons, even though she's tasked with the job of bringing new taxpayers into the world. A job that brings her life at risk and affects her body massively, right? But she will still do it, but she shouldn't be punished for doing that. I want my children to not be judged by the color of their skin, by their gender, by their neurodiversity, or by anything else they're born with, which does not affect their talent. Their talent is their talent, right? The color of their skin doesn't affect what their talent is. And it shouldn't be taken into account at all. The gender doesn't affect it. It shouldn't be taken into account. It's totally unacceptable for me that that's part of what people look at. I want them to be able to look up and see that the road to the top is open because someone else has opened it for them. And I'd like us to do that. And if they're willing to put in the hard work, they can get to the top, and there's other people like them up there already. And I want to work to open that road.
Well, I want to go and work with Charlotte.